We'll go ahead and get started. Um, Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Goodwill Meditation Group webinar. Today is December 25th, 2024, and we thank you all for joining us here today on this very special day. Today, the offices of the Lucis Trust are closed, and so we are broadcasting from the LifeBridge Sanctuary in Rosendale, New York, which is just about 2.5 hours drive north of New York City. There are about 18 of us here in the room today for this webinar, and there are looks like about 90 people online. And so a special welcome to everybody. So December 25th is known around the world as Christmas Day. It's a Christian holiday which celebrates the birth of Christ. In the ancient Roman calendar, which was used during the early days of the formation of the church, the 25th of December was in fact the day that was ascribed to the winter solstice. And so this day, though it is very much a distinctly Christian holiday, is also part of a worldwide interreligious celebration which occurs at this darkest point of the year. On this day, many religious and spiritual traditions celebrate in very diverse, but not wholly dissimilar ways, the end of our movement towards greater darkness. They celebrate a great reversal of that journey and the beginning of a journey back towards the light. And so to honor this time of the year when the holy days of many religious traditions converge, this meeting today will be shortened. We'll have just a short introductory alignment. My colleague Steve will say a few words, and then we will just conclude with our meditation on goodwill. And so there will be no group discussion as we normally do. So the purpose of our gathering, despite this being a shortened webinar, the purpose of our gathering and the meditation that we use remains unchanged. The purposes are essentially to bring the energy of goodwill into greater operation, to cooperate with the evolutionary impulse which underlies the universal religious spirit, and to bring about a closer relationship between humanity, who live and act in the outer world, and the spiritual hierarchy, who are custodians of God's plan. So goodwill is essentially the magnetic power of love as it is expressed through the medium of the human, through our capacity to do good, even sometimes at great cost. We bring about this good through the intelligence of the mind, through the compassion of the heart, and not least through the spirit of sacrifice. All three of these qualities of the living, breathing, and very much manifested soul, what in Christianity they might refer to as the Word made flesh, or the inner Christ, definitely an expression in our relationships with one another. And so we'll just do a brief period of alignment, and we will sound together our mantram of the new group of world servers. May the power of the one life pour through the group of all true servers. May the love of the one soul characterize the lives of all who seek to aid the great ones. May we fulfill our part in the one work through self-forgetfulness, harmlessness, and right speech. Oh.
So thank you, Michael. Greetings, everybody. It's a joy. It's a special joy to be together on this Christmas Day. It's rather unusual that it happens to coincide with the day when we are together in this webinar. So it seems appropriate to think of joy, because joy is such a quality we associate with Christmas. It's the angels pronounced the coming as a time with great joy. And it's also universal in all of the religions, the marking of the coming of the revelation and sometimes often, in fact, the birth of the avatar who brings that revelation, which is at the heart of the religion, is always accompanied in the human mind with a sense of joy. This year is special, as Michael said, around this time, different faiths, partly because of the solstice, but different faiths are celebrating something, the birth of something new and the coming of the light. And this year is particularly significant because it also marks the 25th marks the start of Hanukkah, which doesn't happen so often. I saw something that since 2000, for the last century, it's only happened 5 times. So that's significant, the bringing together in celebration and in joy of these two faiths. Joy has something of a Davic character, we're told. The idea of joy brings the idea sometimes of birds. And we think of our relationship with birds and the role that birds play in our consciousness. We're shaped, the Buddha has said that we're shaped by our thoughts, and so we become what we think. And so when the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. And from the Tibetan's teaching, we're told that joy is a quality of the soul that's realized in the mind. And where it's realized in the mind when alignment takes place. One of the things in Dina 1, around the 390s, around page 390 and so on, it's worth looking at. The Tibetan gives a review on joy as a way to look at our life and to really think about the role that joy plays. And one of the things in that review, the suggestion is, if I use this review on joy as it should be used, what would be the effect in my life? And what would be the effect in the life of the group that I seek to serve? That's a really interesting. What would be the result? And then in the same section, which do I desire the most? To serve joyously or to serve intelligently? And in this comment, the Tibetan asks that we consider, do I know my reasons? And perhaps we also can consider, do I see service intelligent as also being service joyfully? And just as a final reflection on joy, as part of the spirit of this day for the whole of the human, a section from Esoteric Psychology, Volume 2. The peace which lies ahead of the race is the peace of serenity and of joy. A serenity based upon spiritual understanding and a joy which is untouched by circumstance. This joy and serenity is not an astral condition, but a soul reaction. These qualities are not achieved as the result of disciplining the emotional nature, but they demonstrate as a natural automatic reaction of the soul. This is the reward of a definitely achieved alignment, and these two qualities of the soul, serenity and joy, are the indications that the soul, the ego, the one who stands alone, is controlling or dominating the personality, circumstance, and all environing conditions of life in the three worlds. That's from Race 2, page 200. Merry Christmas.
Great. Thank you, Steve. So with that, we'll just now go ahead and move into our meditation on goodwill. We begin by linking up in thought with all those people throughout the world who are working with this Goodwill Meditation Group. We reflect upon the fact of relationship, with our families, with our communities, with our nations, with the world of nations, and with the one humanity made up of all races and nations. We use the mantra of unification. The souls of all are one, and I am one with them. I seek love, not hate. I seek to serve and not exact due service. I seek to heal, not hurt. Let pain bring due reward of light and love. Let the soul control the outer form and life and all events, and bring to light the love that underlies the happenings of the time. Let vision come and insight. Let the future stand revealed. Let inner union demonstrate and outer cleavages be gone. Let love prevail. Let all people love. Reflect upon your own and humanity's relationship with all those beings who dwell in the higher realms of mind and heart. The spiritual hierarchy of saints, rishis, bodhisattvas, and masters honored by all the world's religions and spiritual groups. Imagine that you are standing with the group within the center of the spiritual hierarchy, immersed in the consciousness of the heart of love. For some, this heart of love is known as the Christ. Other faiths have other names for the one at the center. From this high point, let your thoughts reach out to include all members of the human family in whom the energy of goodwill is active. We sound the affirmation of love. In the center of all love, I stand. From that center, the soul will outward move. From that center, the one who serves will work. Love of the divine self be shed abroad in my heart, through my group, and throughout the world. Visualize the energy of love flowing from the higher through the men and women of goodwill and into the hearts and minds of all people, infusing them with goodwill, in creating loving and harmonious relationships. Meditate on ways of spreading goodwill, creating right human relationships, and restoring peace on earth. Realize that you are helping to build a channel between the spiritual hierarchy and humanity. Goodwill may flow, uniting humanity, solving its problems, and healing. And so, linked in thought with the men and women of goodwill all over the world, we now say the great invocation, adapted version. We say it with deliberation, with full commitment to its meaning, no radiating its potent energies to humanity. From the point of light in the mind of God, let light stream forth into human mind. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth human hearts. May the coming one return to earth. From the center where the God is known, let purpose guide little human wills the purpose which the masters know and serve, which we call the human race. Let man of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where it dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Oh. 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 Joining us on this special day. We'll see you all next month for the next Goodwill Meditation Group webinar, which will be January, the final Wednesday of the month. Just a reminder, this is in fact a weekly meditation group that is done on every Wednesday at noon in your local time. And so you're free to at noon on Wednesdays as well. Thank you.